I had no faith, and he gave it to me for free. Now, I don't know why I got the benefit of my doubt and Judas didn't get help with his. And I'm not saying it because I like the guy, because personally, I thought Judas was a bit of a jerk-off. Actually, fucking dick would be more accurate. Judas was the type of guy, at least with me, where one minute he's your best friend, the next minute he's making fun of you in front of everybody. Like he used to say that the reason that Jesus had to do the miracle of the loaves and the fishes was because I ate all the food when nobody was looking. Stuff like that. And then at times, he could be real nice. Like this one time, we were partnered together to go into town to heal people and cast out demons. And well, I was having some troubles that day. Everyone I tried to heal ended up getting worse. And in fact, I almost blinded this one woman, and this other guy started going into convulsions and everything. But Judas fixed them. He healed them. No, he really did. And that tells me that his faith was genuine. And then when we got back to camp that night, he didn't tell everyone how I messed up. In fact, he said I did a real good job, and I appreciate that. I knew that Jesus knew that was bullshit, but I appreciate the gesture. I thought it showed largeness on Judas's part. Judas was a dick, but he wasn't petty or shallow. He really was pretty large. He wasn't the best, but he was far from the worst. Jesus liked him a lot. In fact, Judas was ranked right up there in the top 3, right with Mary Magdalene and Peter. Peter, who, by the way, could also be a dick sometimes. Yeah, the trick with Peter was, never talked about fish. The guy was obsessed about fish. Say something wrong about a fish and forget about it. The guy go crazy. He just... Anyways, some people say that Judas did what he did because he was greedy. Personally, I think that's bullshit. You don't wander around the desert for 3 years with a bunch of ragamuffins like us looking to get rich, And other people, they say that the devil made him do it. Again, bullshit. Yeah, Judas was loyal to a fault, obsessively loyal even. He would have taken on the devil and his entire army, 1 against 1,000, and he would have done it with relish. And other people, they say that he did it because he saw that the ship was sinking and he wanted to grab himself a nut for something to fall back on. Listen, Judas was not a fall back kind of guy. He was 100% fall forward. I think that deserves some consideration because I was not fall forward, not by a long shot, and neither were most of the others. Judas was a dick, but he deserved better. Just one saint's opinion.
Next witness.
Your Honor, at this time, defense would like to introduce Exhibit A14, ancient surveillance footage of an event that occurred less than 24 hours after Jesus' arrest. Lights, please.
Please, you have to listen to me.
Pilot's gonna kick your ass. Pilot's gonna see that ass and kick it 2 times.
Yeah, when Pilot see this motherfucker, he's gonna be like Centurion, whoop his ass.
He's gonna rape your wife. He's gonna take your cattle.
He's gonna kick your cattle's ass too.
And your sheep and your lambs. Pilot's gonna cancel your grandmother's WIC check, B.
What's the damn question?
Hell!
Is there a problem here?
Judas is trying to recant.
Hold up a minute, who? Judas Iscariot, but the Jesus of Nazareth.
This stinky motherfucker right here.
Jesus is an innocent man, please.
Should we see a whooping ass now?
He's innocent. Please, Jesus is innocent.
Come now, Judas. Those San who once said... Hold on a second. Yo, Kurt, what do they call themselves?
Sanhedrin, sir.
Right. Those Sanhed sons gave you 30 silver. That's 4 months' wages. That ain't no chicken feed.
It was a mistake. Please, you gotta understand.
I understand perfectly. You sold out your brother, and now you feel guilty. So you come up here and start talking about how it was dark. And I kissed the wrong motherfucker. Well, we're Romans, man. Romans don't play that song.
I'm recanting.
You can't recant. Hey, fellas, remember the last Semite strolled up in here and started saying, I recant? Yeah. Believe me, J. Crew. You don't want to go there. What you need to do is relax, brother. take the wifey out to a puppet show. This is just a little PR opportunity before the holidays, that's all.
But he's innocent. Please, please.
Hey now, listen, Judas. We don't give a goddamn about this Jesus. He's just another motherfucker who talks about too much shit. Everybody talks shit. Even I've been known to talk some shit. We ain't planning on laying down a heavy charge on that Nazareth boy. We just want to beat his ass down a little. You know, make those sand calls it's happy so we can all live in peace. Don't you want to live in peace, Judas? I mean, ain't like we're looking to crucify the motherfucker.
Defense calls Pontius Pilate.
I object!
On what ground?
On the grounds that it's objectionable.
Overruled.
But Your Honor, it is objectionable. I sense it, I just cannot put it into words.
Overruled. Name? Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate.
That's right, baby.
But are you a licensed pilot?
Sit down there for you, man.
Pontius Pilate, Judas came down to your tent to recant his testimony, correct?
On the advice of counsel, I cite my right to plead the Fifth Amendment.
You then told Judas that Jesus was only going to receive a beat down, correct?
On the advice of counsel, I cite my right to plead the Fifth Amendment.
You bear responsibility for the death of Jesus Christ, not Judas Iscariot, but you. Isn't that right, Pontius Pilate?
On the advice of counsel, blah, blah, blah. Your Honor, I've got a 2 p.m. tea time. Can I go now?
This won't take long, Pontius.
Judas came down to your office and begged you on bended knee to take the money and release Jesus, and you refused him. Judas recanted. He tried to return the money, first to the Sanhedrin and then to you. Do you deny that?
Hey, if I'd messed up as bad as that cat had, I would have tried to rebate them ducats too.
So you admit that Judas did try?
No, I do not admit that. Did you hear me admit that?
We all know what happened, Pilate. We just saw the tape.
There ain't nothing on that so-called tape that implicates me to anything, but trying to find a peacefully non-lethal solution to a potentially incendiary problem.
Right. Mr. Pilate, you were the 5th prefect of Judea, correct?
Correct.
A prefect being what?
Governor, also known as procurator. My official title was hegemon.
Hegemon?
Translated from the Greek, it means excellency.
I see. And you governed and procurated over Judea from 26 to 36 AD, correct?
Longest 10 years of my life.
Why do you say that?
You ever been to Judea, Missy? Ain't no Paris, France, believe that.
I see.
Yeah, Moses must have read the map backwards. Misplaced his bifocals or something. Because if that place was the promised land, shit. Them Jews should have held out for a better promise.
You didn't care for Judea much.
Care for it. Armpit of the empire, if you ask me. No atmosphere, nothing. Hot, dirty, dusty, flies everywhere. Complete lack of culture and amusements. I would have rather spent 10 years up the crack of my ass. But Augustus ordered me to keep the peace there, so I obeyed my emperor and did my duty.
And kept the peace?
Pax Romana, baby, the prime directive, that's right.
And under your rule, how was the peace kept in Judea, Mr. Pilate?
By any means necessary.
Violently?
Violently or otherwise. They was free to have it any way they wanted.
According to Philo of Alexandria, who wrote about you in 41 CE, your tenure as governor of Rome was known for its constantly repeated executions without trial, wanton injustices, graft and ceaseless and grievous cruelty. Care to comment?
No, I do not.